got some stuff to get into. We got some stuff to get into because a lot of y'all been hitting my phone with a lot of stuff. All right, a lot of stuff, a lot of it garbage, a lot of it trolling, a lot of it trying to get me emotionally riled up, trying to get a response out of me. Well, here you go. Here's your response. All right, I know this is what y'all been wanting. This is what y'all been asking me to do. This is what you want. You want for me to put myself out there and show y'all how I really feel about it, right? Go into detail, dive into it, show your emotions. That's what y'all been asking. See, I can show my emotion because I'm passionate about it, but I'm not emotional about the situation that we're gonna get into, which y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. I put it on the social media. You know what topic we get ready to get into. And I'm gonna say some things that may rub people the wrong way or however you feel about it. You might disagree. We can agree to disagree. It's a great thing about America. We can do that. So, yeah, we got a lot of stuff to talk about, but maybe my opinion on it isn't the same as yours. And that's what's going to make for good discussion. So, as you watch this video, comment, tell me your feelings, tell me what you think about it, your point of views. I'm always open to listening. That don't mean I'm going to change my mind though. But yeah, like we got a couple things just to get. I just want to clear the air. I want to clear the air about a couple things. I want to clear the air about a couple things with Terry, and we'll go from there. So right off the bat, let's just get right into it. Right off the bat, Terry McLaurin has requested a trade, reported by Adam Schefter. I will say that it doesn't surprise me. All right, so we'll start there. That's our starting point. It doesn't surprise me, and I'm surprised. What I am surprised at is how many of y'all are acting like this isn't what NFL players do. That's the part that's throwing me off. It's because this is not anything different than what we've seen with other players in the NFL. We just seen it with Myles Garrett. He had a whole letter that he put on all his social platforms, sent it to the team, told it, basically his farewell letter saying that he was gone. I seen a bunch of different interviews on TV and in the on YouTube, just different shows like that where I saw Myles Garrett answering questions about what teams he was interested in, what quarterbacks he liked, because he mentioned Jaden Daniels. Like, but he mentioned a bunch of other teams and just different situations that he would be comfortable in, and you know, basically promoting himself. He was literally selling himself to other teams, and everybody felt like it was a clear-cut thing that he was going to get traded. Oh, he's getting traded now. He didn't went on a public tour. He didn't put the letter out there. He had been talking about it before that, even without the letter. And what happened? They paid him, and he accepted it. That's what happened. I mean, he was talking about Cleveland didn't have the quarterback, and we need a quarterback. I need to be in a situation with a quarterback, and we can win, and da-da-da. He signed that before they even had the draft and didn't even know who their quarterback was going to be. Before Joe Flacco even joined the Browns, he said this. He didn't know who their quarterback was going to be. But when they put that check in front of him, he gladly accepted. So, I mean, there's other there's other instances too. Brandon Ayuk wanted a trade, put it out there. They put teams out there, all of this stuff. And he re-signed with the 49ers. And actually got hurt too, which is why you do want that deal as a player, which is why you do things that you do, which is why you say the things that you say, and you put trade requests out there and you go on these interviews or these scrums and you say certain things for public outcry and reaching out for people to make this a big deal. That's one of the players' tactics. That's what they do when they're trying to get paid. It has nothing to do with whether they want to be on the team or not. Like it has nothing to do with that. He wants to be on the team. He wants to be on the team, but he wants his money too. And we'll get into why I feel the way I feel about it. But at the same token, I do understand what Terry's doing, and I'm not against it. I'm not against it. So no matter what I say throughout the rest of the show, just know I'm not against any player doing any kind of tactic that they need to do to get paid. It doesn't change just because it's my team and I love Terry and the fans love Terry. It's bigger than that. It's bigger than that. It's the same things, like I said, that have been going on in the NFL. Myles Garrett, Brandon Ayuk. You had Debo ask for a trade when he was in San Francisco, which is our current general manager now. He was the assistant GM in San Francisco when Debo asked for this trade. So our GM knows how this go. Like he understands this. He understands this. He has a track record of signing people late. That's what he's been doing, whether we like it or not. That's the business that he's been conducting in San Francisco. Is they've had quite a few people asking. Trent Williams was holding out not too long ago. He also got a deal. Whether it's moving guarantees, there's a lot of different things you can do. Move guarantees up, different things like that. More front load of the money. But the point is that all of these guys did some type of holdout or started going to the public, and they all ended up getting paid. Now there are instances where, like you have a Tyreek Hill situation where he wanted to get paid. If you remember correctly, Kansas City wanted to pay him, but they weren't going to pay him but so much. There was a cap on what they were willing to spend. That's the same thing. I'm not saying that Terry's the same caliber receiver as Tyreek Hill. I'm saying it's the same situation with the contract. When your numbers are at a certain spot, you think that your value is here. Okay. And your numbers say that where the market is, this is how much I'm supposed to get paid when I'm doing what I'm doing on the field. And that's the major reason why I side with players when I say that you got to pull out any kind of tactic that you can to get your money. You got to pull out any kind of tactic that you can. These teams will cut players when they're not performing. They'll cut players when they're not performing. You would never see it coming too. Like you would think that this player has been there and sacrificed and and they cut him, or they trade him, or you know what I mean. So if an NFL team can do that, and there's this fake loyalty that people think is supposed to be a part of it, and the team show you that it's not. I'm all for any player pulling out any kind of tactic that they need to get paid. So the list goes on and on as far as as far as different players are concerned that have held out or asked for a trade, re-signed, or you do have like a Khalil Mack situation that happened a while ago when he was with the Raiders and he asked for a trade and they were declining it, saying that he was going to be a Raider, and then right before the season started, literally in September, right before the season started, he was traded. So I do think that there's a possibility. There is a possibility that this deal does not get done and that Terry is traded. There is a scenario that could happen. I don't think it will. I've been adamant on this the entire time. I do not believe that the team wants to trade him. They don't want to trade him. They're not going to trade him. They don't want to, and they're not going to. They're not going to trade him. if they end up trading him, then you'll see me on here making another video about how shocked I am. But I don't believe that. They're not going to trade him. They understand what we have going on. They understand where we are as a team. They understand the mission ahead, the goal, um, and the aspirations that they have, as well as myself and other diehard, excuse me, other diehard Washington Commanders fans. It's Super Bowl aspirations around here. It's Super Bowl aspirations around here. We were one quarter away. We were one. I'm sorry. We were one game away. We were four quarters away. We were one game away from getting to that big game in the first year of everything being brand new. Brand new. Everything. Brand new. Top to bottom. Top to bottom. Everything. Brand new. Biggest roster change in the NFL. Whole entire front office. And I mean the entire front office. The entire front office. This goes to scouts that were released. I mean, they brought in their own. They brought in everybody that they wanted to work with. VPs, all of that, all of it. And in that first year, with people that understand how to do this and good football minds in the building and an owner who allows people to do their job, we had the success that we had with them doing their part. Ownership and front office doing their part. The other bigger chunk of it with the players and the coaches doing it on the field is obviously the bigger. They get most of the credit, but that front office and GM and everybody being lock and step with each other, um, it has really changed the fortunes of the team along with Jaden Daniels. Um, this used to be bad. I mean, that's just me being nice. This used to be really, really bad. And that leads into my next point of Terry's situation. I think a lot of y'all have this notion that, or the narrative, right? You're going with the narrative of Terry's done so much for this team. He's done so much for this team. He was a great player on the field and a great person off the field. Never had any issues. I mean, just a clean cut guy. Stood out in front of the microphone when things were bad. Always been accountable to that. Um, just everything that you could say about Terry as a man and a person. You love the guy. You love the guy. And there were a lot of different opportunities that he had that he could have showed frustration, just like Jonathan Allen did before Jonathan Allen left. And he said, you know, some things on the post game interviews how tired of it he was. He was sick of it. He was sick of it. Um, I just think that Terry has handled everything as great as you can, right? Like he checks every box. He checked all the boxes. He did all of the stuff that we needed him to do and still produced on the field along with this. I think a lot of the fans and different people that even that are not fans that are following the situation that kind of know something about how bad it was over here. If you're not a fan, you don't know exactly, but you have an idea of it. Looking at wins and losses and stuff like that, or maybe some reports that you had seen when Dan Snyder was owning the team, or in coaches and stuff that have been here that didn't go right and different things that popped up. So like you do have a idea of how bad it was, but if you are not a fan of this team, you have no clue. You have no clue. Zero. No clue how bad it was. So even I know that. I know how bad it was, and I know what Terry did throughout the entire time. And you couldn't have asked any more out of a player. You couldn't have asked any more out of a player. His 5 consecutive 1,000-yard seasons, even when we had little to zero quarterback play. We didn't even have average quarterback play. Haven't had average quarterback play since Kirk Cousins. Um, before Jaden Daniels, uh, we it was just bad. And I was a person that, I mean, I'm burgundy and gold through thick and thin. I'm burgundy and gold through whatever. Through whatever. I'm burgundy and gold. I'm die hard. You know what I mean? So there were times where I tried to convince myself of quarterbacks just being good enough just to get the job done because I knew that's what we needed. Right? Like I knew you need a quarterback in this league to be able to do anything. So I'm trying to find every reason possible to stick to one of these guys. Sam Howell, Carson Wentz. I'm picking a needle out of a haystack, trying to find one or two reasons why I think this is gonna work. You know, and Terry throughout all of this trash was the one guy who remained a baller on and off the field. And that's the narrative that everybody is playing into as far as why he should be paid. And I'm here to tell you this ownership and everybody that's here now, DQ, AP, everybody, everybody. And let's just stick to the decision makers. The decision makers, they don't owe Terry anything. Y'all got to let that sink in. They don't owe Terry anything. They weren't here for it. They were not here for it. And I've been telling people this, that they are not held liable to pay Terry for what he went through. They weren't a part of it. So that's not their problem. That's not their problem. And you got to, this is where business starts to cross over and it starts to feel personal and stuff like that when I tell you that it's not my problem. Right? That's why it's good that these players do have agents, because the agents get to tell them certain things that they wouldn't hear to their face, right? Like the agent gets to decipher things and phrase it in a different way, rather as you represent yourself and them telling you things like this, that they're not responsible for anything that happened in the past. So you telling us about how much of a great player and great citizen you've been, and while it was super hard for everybody, we weren't here for that. We don't care. That's the bottom line when it comes to negotiating for this kind of money. They don't care. They don't care. And a lot of y'all got to stop acting like you're paying them yourself. You, as a fan, you, as an NFL fan that's watching this, a lot of y'all got to stop acting like it's pay them. It ain't coming out your pocket. Relax. It's not coming out your pocket. So this whole notion that he should just be getting paid right away and da-da-da-da, I feel you, but at the same time, relax. Relax and understand what's going on. Terry asking for a trade is a simple negotiation tactic, people. It's a negotiation tactic. All right? That's what it is. So we do understand how valuable Terry is, though, right? Like, we understand his value. I've been telling everybody we do not win without Terry. He is that important. He's that important to what we're trying to do. We're trying to win the Super Bowl, and he's that important to that goal. We don't make the run that we made last season without him. We don't make a run this season without him. He is that important. Wide receiver room without him, it ain't good. It ain't good. And I don't think anybody would be comfortable with that. Anybody. Which leads into my next point, is that the front office understands that too, right? They talk to DQ. They talk to Cliff Kingsbury. They understand how valuable Terry is. They understand it. They know. They know we're not the same caliber of team, let alone caliber of offense, without a true number one in this league. Terry is a true number one wide receiver, and they don't grow on trees. They don't, you know what I mean? Every team does not have one. And when you do, it's a good thing to try to keep him. It is a good thing to try to keep him. You do want your quarterback to be surrounded by the best possible talent that you can put around him. So if you do have a homegrown receiver, yeah, it would be great to re-sign him. It would be great to re-sign him, and I want Terry back. I want Terry back. Um, the thing is that I know he does have to play this year. He's under contract. He has to play this year, and even if he was foolish enough to try to not play in games, he's going to get his tail fined off, and he would have to play in a minimum of 9 games next season for it to even count towards a contract. If he plays anything less than 9 games, he has to come back and do it all over again anyway. So he's going to be a commander. Um, like I said earlier, they don't want to trade him, and they're not going to trade him. He's going to be a part of the team, and we're going to make this push to the Super Bowl. So, I get how much of a headline it is, and I understand, but the one thing, I just want y'all to stop acting like you haven't seen this before. That's my only thing. Stop acting like you haven't seen this before. This is what players do. And again, I'm always on the side of the players. But I can tell you that the number that Terry's asking for, it has to be upwards of 33. It has to either start at 33 where DK is, probably like a little bit more change. And then he's probably asking for more than DK because his numbers are better than DK. So he's probably asking for 35. Probably asking for 35, 36. And I think the team is right around 30. I think the team is right around 30, maybe 30 and some change. But, you could even see something where, just like a lot of these other contracts where it's 30 and you have a chance to get it up to 33. Maybe they, would do something like that. But I really do believe that that's what he's asking for. He's asking for 35, 36. And do his numbers say that he should be in that area? Yes, because of the market, because of the deal. DK Metcalf messed this up for everybody. Let's just, call that what it is. Call a spade a spade. DK's deal did set the tone for this, but now that we know that, you can't cry over spoiled milk. Spoiled milk. You have to move on. So that's what the market is. And Terry does numbers say he deserves to come in right around 35. Right around 35. He's probably asking for 36. And it's probably like a 3-year deal. Maybe 4, but probably more than likely a 3-year deal. Team could be in a place where they're like, hey, we want a 2-year. We want a 2-year deal. And we'll get you to that 30. They probably want to do that with some incentives in there. That's a good gap. That's a good gap, but it's not too far of a gap to where I don't think this deal is going to get done. That's where I'm at with it. I think the deal does ultimately get done. I think all sides just need to sit down and go ahead and let's just wrap it up. Let's wrap it up. Let's not draw this out and make it some big deal because we have had a great offseason. We've had a phenomenal offseason. Everything that this front office, Adam Peters and DQ have done, they have hit on. That's not me just talking. They've hit on every single decision, every single move that they have decided to do. It's worked. They're knocking it right out the park. This offseason has been fantastic that it's just been about football. That's refreshing as a Washington fan. Super refreshing as a Washington fan to say that our offseason isn't consumed of BS and it's just about football. So this Terry thing is kind of like creating this negative cloud that even myself, I don't want that. I don't want that. I don't want that. I want everything to continue the way that it's going in a positive manner. The new stadium coming up in 2030. The NFL draft is coming to D.C. If it wasn't for Jaden Daniels and what we just did, you think we're getting the draft in 2027? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. These are things that have happened because of what we just did and how special that season was last year. I'm going to keep saying that. I'm gonna keep saying that. That season last year was absolutely special, and none of y'all can ever take it away from me. Ever take it away from me. We were one game away from the Super Bowl, and in my lifetime, we haven't been, we haven't sniffed it. We haven't sniffed it. So the ride of last season was incredible, and it opened my eyes to where we are going and where we're headed. And that's why I need this deal to get done. I think it will get done, but I do think that there's a chance that it goes a little bit longer. It drags on a little bit longer. Maybe we don't get the deal done until around the second preseason game. You know what I mean? Something like that. It could go that far. Um, or like I told y'all before, Adam Peters has re-signed somebody right before the season started. Right before the season started. Literally in September. So I mean, they've shown in his history, Adam Peters has shown that he gets these deals done late. So I'm not at the point where I don't think it's going to get done. I think it will get done. I think all of y'all just kind of need to relax. And that's Washington fans. If you're kind of in a rut about it, just relax. Just relax. Um, we asked for adults to be in the room, did we not? We've been begging for adults to be in the room, begging for adults to be in the room, and they finally are. You can't cry about something just because you think it should be going another way. This is what these people do. You got to let them do their job. This is what they do. And they haven't shown you any kind of example of failing since they've been here with any kind of decision that they've made. They haven't shown you that. So they deserve everybody's support, to be honest with you. They're getting mine. They're getting mine. And AP, I trust. And I think that's how everybody should feel about this. That's a Washington fan. Or if you're not, but you don't hate the Commanders and you think that we should have Terry, yeah, we think we should too, but we're trusting AP. We're trusting AP. We're trusting the general manager to set us up for success that he knows how to do. That he knows how to do. He's going to put the team first. I told a couple of my friends earlier, I was here before Terry, and I'm going to be here after Terry. That's how I feel about it. I was here before Terry. I'm going to be here after Terry. Do I want Terry? Absolutely. Absolutely, I want Terry on this team. Love 17. My wife can tell you how much I done screamed about 17 when we didn't have a quarterback in these past years and just begging for him to get the acknowledgement that he deserved because I knew that he was a baller on the field. Just begging the quarterbacks to just throw it to him 20 times a game, please. I love Terry. He is a number one. But I'm burgundy and gold over everything. Everything. And there is a situation where he does get traded. There's a possibility of it. I just don't think they're gonna do that. I don't think that's gonna happen. I don't think they want to, but it's a possibility though. It is. Um, just like another possible outcome of this is, remember folks, he's under contract for 25 mil. He is under contract. They could look at him and they could say, hey, you know what? We're not coming to an agreement right now. So since you're under contract, we'll revisit this next offseason. Go out there and help us win the Super Bowl. That's a possibility as well. They don't have to do anything. They can let him play on the last year of his deal, and he'll be a straight up free agent. And then he will have the cards to make the decision whether he wants to come back or not, or he wants to say, you know what, y'all had the chance to sign me, you didn't, so I'm gonna leave. He could very well do that. He could do that. So there's a lot of different options that could come out of this. I'm telling y'all, Terry will be in a Washington Commanders uniform this upcoming season. I'm telling y'all that I do think that he should get paid, but I think that he should get paid about $30 million. That's where I'm at with it. I've been consistent with that. About 30 with some incentives in there. Maybe it gets up to 32. It's really about the guaranteed though. That's probably what matters the most is the guarantee. So, I guarantee you about 85 to 90 mil. I guarantee you about 85 to 90 mil, 3 year extension. 3 year extension. 3 year extension. Even if they wanted to do, I would do something. I mean, if you wanted to show Terry some type of love, right? If you want to show him some type of love, I'd do 3 years, 90 million, fully guaranteed. 3 years, 90 million, fully guaranteed. You could do that. That's a possibility. You could do that. 3 years, 90 million, fully guaranteed at that 30. Maybe even some more incentives in there. You could possibly make 32, but no higher than that. No higher than that. And it would be a shame to lose him over a couple million, which is why I think it's going to get done because usually when you have both sides that do genuinely want to get it done, it ends up getting done, right? Whether they go into public and they make a scene about it or whatever, or the team leaks out some kind of report that says they're not paying X amount of dollars, whatever, it's all negotiation. So, in their true heart of hearts, if they really want to make this work, they're going to make it work. It's going to end up happening, and we'll all sit back and be like, "Oh, okay, this is the number that they came to." So, I do think it gets done, and I've seen a lot of disrespectful things out there about Cortland Sutton getting his deal that he just got not too long ago, and people basically trying to say that that's a bad look for Terry because he's gonna make around that kind of money. I don't believe that. Terry is not Cortland Sutton. Sutton. Um, he's better than him. He's quite better than him, actually. Um, all the numbers say it. All the numbers say it. So don't come at me with their numbers are in the same ballpark. They're close. No, they're not. Terry has two Pro Bowls to his one. Has been an All Pro. He hasn't. Terry just was an All Pro last season. He wasn't. Like Terry is showing you that there's not going to be any kind of significant drop off from him being 30 or not. Like Terry's trajectory is going up, which is why I think you should pay him because Terry is that type of receiver that's going to continue to produce. He is. He's going to continue to produce, especially if you have a quarterback like Jaden. He's absolutely going to produce. So whatever you ended up paying him, he's he's going to be worth it. He's going to be worth it. He's definitely going to be worth it. So, I think they understand that, and the deal gets done. Um, that's just where we are with it. Is the fact that I do think his age is playing a part of it, right? If he wasn't turning 30, then this deal is probably done already. This deal is probably done already if he wasn't turning 30. I keep seeing a lot of y'all talking about Debo and how Debo got a raise from us when we got him, which we did. We gave him a couple more dollars, on his deal. It's still a 1 year deal, but we gave him a couple more dollars. We just showing him that we want him here. We're showing him that we want him here. So we gave him a couple more dollars. And he also brings a lot to the table. Like y'all keep focusing on Debo being a wide receiver when he does more than that, right? Like he does more than that. He is a gadget guy, to be honest. He does everything. He could be a wide receiver, he could be a running back, he can block for you. I mean, he could do pretty much everything. We just had him in training camp on kick return, punt return. I mean, Debo can do a lot. So, yeah, we gave him 28, 29. 27, 28, 29, whichever one it was. But if it doesn't pan out, he won't be here next year. If it does, we probably got first crack of getting him back. So, you know, I do think that we have a lot of expectations, but these expectations are hinging on Terry being here. They are. Like, I'm not gonna sit up here and fake with y'all. Like, I don't think that it matters, because it does. We're not the same team without Terry. We're not. We're just not. But I think that it's always going to be team over everything, and I think that there is a certain number, and I do think that Terry will eventually come down to that number and accept it, and Terry will be here, and this will be a non-conversation. I do believe that. Um, we've got crazy expectations this year. Super Bowl, Super Bowl, Super Bowl. So look, I'm not gonna make this a long video. I just wanted to get on here, long show rather. I just wanted to get on here and put some things to rest. Just put some things to rest and let y'all understand that Terry will be a commander. All right, y'all. He will be a commander. So you don't have to message me that he's not. Like, he is gonna be a commander. And it's funny how a lot of y'all fans of other teams, like a lot of the Dallas people, are talking to me about what we got going on, like Michael Parsons is signed or something. The only difference is Michael Parsons didn't ask for a trade. That's the only difference right now. But I keep, pointing it out. Micah did say if Dallas wants me, they'll pay me. If not, then I won't be here. So, I mean, he just didn't say I want to be traded, but it's virtually the same thing. It's virtually the same thing. They're just putting the press on the decision makers to go ahead and get this done. Um, so you Cowboys fans that are talking about it, I mean, you would hope that something goes wrong. You would hope that something goes wrong. That's the type of fans y'all got. That's the type of fans y'all got. You would hope something go wrong so he ain't there, so it give you a better shot. Y'all don't want to beat us at full strength. You don't want to beat us at full strength. You don't want to play us at full strength. You hope that we got something going on because it's been so positive around here. You hate it. It eat away at you. You can't stand it. It make you hate us even more. And I love it. I love it. But I I'm sorry to break the news to you, but Terry will be here, and you'll have to deal with him. And you'll have to deal with him. And you know, most likely you'll be in the back of the bus, Rosa. You'll be in the back of the bus. So that's gonna do it for me. Like I said, I'm not gonna keep y'all long. I just wanted to get on here and clear the air a little bit. But I'll be back. Sorry about the wait. I know it's been a little minute since I dropped something. We're gonna get back rolling again here, and give y'all some more content on the different things that's happening around the league. We know football is back. We just had the Hall of Fame game today, well, tonight rather, with the Chargers and the Lions. The Chargers put that thing on them and got them out the way. It was pretty bad too, sloppy by the Lions. But football is back. We don't have a weekend without football until February, people. From tonight all the way through February, football is every single weekend. So we're back. A lot of content that's going to be coming out. So please comment on this video. Let me hear what you think. Let me hear what you think. Let me get your thoughts. If you think I'm tripping or what, just let me know. But again, y'all, they'll get it done. They'll get it done, and this will be a mute point, and will be just as scary as Terry, as a team. Will be just as scary as we all think that we're going to be. And when I say we all, that means all the Commanders fans out there that are watching this video. We will be just fine. Everybody relax. Everybody relax. Calm down. Everything's kosher. All right? It's just negotiations. Just negotiations. We're going to get this done. and Terry will be a part of the team, and we'll keep on moving forward. So thank y'all once again. Appreciate it. Like, share, comment. I'm looking forward to your feedback, and I'll catch y'all on the next episode of NBDR.